Good morning. Welcome to the September Confab. It's hard to believe the end of September. I was in Lowe's. Still loud. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that good? You like that, Keith? Awesome. Was in Lowe's a week ago Saturday, and there was a couple of skeletons up, and then the Christmas stuff was up right next to it. So hopefully we'll have some Christmas music on radio soon. So I, for one, like it. You can never start too early. So. Anyway, welcome. Glad to have you with us. Always thank Angela for putting these together. Here's our broadcast schedule. You can see it on channel 971, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or go to the resident website. And call-in number is 6304. Scarecrows are a farmer's best friend. So we have two people from Dining Services today. I'm going to start with Chad Dalton. I arrived at the cafe to pick up a cake we had ordered for an event. Alas, the cake box would not fit inside the cart I'd brought, and suddenly I was unprepared to carry the cake home. Without any hesitation, Chad offered to take it to our apartment. When I arrived a few minutes later, Chad had placed the cake box on the chair and turned it towards the apartment door so it would be easy to manage. Astounding graciousness. Thank you, dear Chad, for willingly going the extra mile to help me out of a pickle. Chad, come on up. You can see Chad again is a fan after Friday's win over Florida State. He's a fair weather football fan, but congratulations to the Hokies too. All right, Keturah Price Bird, also in Dining Services. As I was having lunch on Sunday, I noticed Kay helping one of the guests using a cane get his meal to the table. Then she offered to set anything else he needs on the table. Then, as I came through the line for the buffet on Labor Day, I was juggling my tray, helping my spouse, and wondering how I could set drinks on the table. I would normally just sit them aside and come back and set them on a second tray. At that time, Kay spoke up, took our drinks, and said, "Lead the way to your table. I'll follow you." So grateful for her initiative and help I observed and received. Keturah Price Bird, come on up. And I will not read all these to you, but we appreciate when you do make submissions to the Catch Me at My Best. And on the screen there you can see somewhere around 15 different people who were nominated, and sometimes for different reasons. Someone may have received the award already, or various reasons. And that is for August and September.
Good morning and Merry Christmas to everyone. What do I see up there on the screen? Oh my goodness, that $20 bill looks funny. The $1 bill looks okay, but I'm not sure about some of the others, but they are all important. And we have today with us today some snowflakes. Okay, ladies.
Oh, the staffers are so delightful, so helpful and insightful. Let the giving begin to flow. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. We don't want to see it slowing. We want to see it growing. Since the boxes are not all full, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. When finally the end's in sight, how we look to the big revelation, but we still have a way to go before that big celebration. We don't want to see it slowing, we want to see it growing. Since the boxes are not all full, let it grow, let it grow, let it grow.
Good morning. It's hard to follow a performance like that. It's kind of boring. I'd like to recognize my co-chairman of the Employee Christmas Fund, and Shannon Light. What can I say? It's really a pleasure to be able to chair this committee. We don't know who gives. We know who gives. We don't know how much you give. We just hope that everyone is as generous as possible. When I moved in, I didn't understand what this was for. You know, it was like, you want to donate to this fund? Well, yeah, okay. So I put a very modest amount. And then I realized the resident council had recommended that we promote $250 a day, which is, it works out, I have to do the math. I can't do in my head $250 a day times 365. Anyway, I figured it out. So then I supplement my monthly in December, well, before December, because the fund closes November 30th. So I will supplement it with a lump check. It also helps my cash flow during the year, but so I hope that all of you are generous in your donations, and if you haven't given your fair share, can make a lump sum donation. This is the only way we really can say thank you to our employees, and they are incredible. I mean, I've never had anyone be grumpy, be mean. They're helpful, they're encouraging. They're just, I don't know how they do this. I think it's the leadership that helps. But I'm not trying to butter them up, really, I'm not. It's leadership in every department. It's not just at the head. So please, if you can change your monthly, you can do a lump sum. Pardon me. You can do a lump sum. It closes November 30th, which is right after Thanksgiving. And we do not see how much each individuals get. So we're anonymous. They're not. You're anonymous in your gift, but I hope that you'll consider being generous. Thanks. Our good artist has made sure that we have a measure to see how we're doing. We're at a little over 40% right now. And I know that a lot of people wait and do a lump sum at the end of the collection period. So we'll report next month, and hopefully we'll be way up. Our goal is $325,000, which is slightly up from last year. But we probably have a few more employees. I'm not sure yet. But they figure out how many and allocate the funds.
Good morning. I'm Bill Hobbs, as the slide says, and I'm Vice Chairman of the Residents Council. I'm sure you've seen in your weekly and monthly updates the appeal for people to run for nomination and a spot on the Residents' Council. Residents' Council, the annual meeting, as you all could probably say in unison with me and maybe even sing it, is Tuesday, December the 2nd at 10 a.m. The important things that'll happen is Dick Byrne, the council chair, will give an annual report, and we'll have the election of new Residents' Council members. The purpose of the Residents' Council is communication between the administration and the residents on matters affecting life at WC. And we're fortunate to have an administration that listens and responds. The council is made up of 9 members. 3 are elected each year for 3-year terms. We meet on the first Wednesday of the month at 9 a.m. And before it, there's a listening session. If anybody resident wants to come and notifies us ahead of time with any issues, they come and talk to the council. Any independent living resident is eligible. The process is ongoing right now. The membership committee has already been selected, and you'll see those names in a minute. Nominations can come from any independent living resident. There are agreement to serve forms that must be completed and returned as directed. And the deadline for potential nominees is Wednesday, October the 15th. The membership committee this year is formed by the 3 senior people on the Residents Committee that will be getting off at the end of the year: Dick Byrne, Stevie Doval, and Joe Pond. The 2 at-large members are Joe Calicott and Janice Hausman, who are on the Residents' Council within the last 2 or 3 years. As we said, that solicitations end on October the 15th. The membership committee will meet and select 6 of those nominees. They will be publicized during November and early December, and we will have voting on December the 2nd at 10 a.m. For those of you who served on the Residents' Council in the past, if you enjoyed the experience, please sign up again. Someone who is on the council now cannot keep going. They have to sit out at least 1 year. To date, forms are coming in slowly, although in the last 48 hours, several of the forms that I put downstairs have disappeared and are hopefully going to the residence box as we speak. I have quite a few of them here, and if you are so interested to join this group for the nominating committee or the membership committee to review your application and make a decision for voting, please see me after the meeting. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. All right, so upcoming events. We're getting into our busy season for dining with all of the holidays coming up. So just a few. We have a wine tasting and pumpkin sign up will be on October 6th, and then trivia. There has been a couple little tweaks, I think, on when we're doing trivia and a couple other things, and we'll get to those on the next slide. But coming up, social hour, happy hour, and then, of course, the Halloween party on the bridge. So our next happy hour is going to be the fall harvest happy hour, and that'll be on the back patio. So that's always a good time. And then the bridge party will be 5 to 8 on October 29th. And just a reminder on that we will be closed for dinner that evening, but we will offer to go from the bridge party. So you can pick up to go. It will be a la carte pricing. And then just a reminder to return green boxes. And that's all I have. Have any questions? Yes.
It is so lovely to go into the JRG and the dogwood dining room, and everything is marked on the menu, and you can just order, and your staff's not running back and forth trying to find out information. Thank you.
No, thank you. Very kind. Thank you. We're not perfect, but we'll continue to evolve and get better, so thank you. Anything else? Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Good morning and happy fall, y'all. You may have seen an article in the newsletter about our upcoming satisfaction survey. Our satisfaction survey will run from October 27th through November 17th. For those that have an email, you will receive a link to do the survey. For those that don't use computers, we will have a printed copy that you can pick up in our office. We survey campus-wide, including independent living, assisted living, and healthcare. And for independent living, we will ask that you gauge your daily life, daily living, dining services, transportation, the clinic, beauty salon, the wellness center, marketing, and more. Oh, and yes, even parking. 3 years ago was our last survey, and we had very low participation. I like to blame COVID, but some disagree with me. Moving forward, we would so appreciate your participation, and we'll share the results with you once we receive the finished product. I also want to reiterate that this survey is completely confidential. Okay, so you'll see more information coming out about that in the newsletters, and you'll receive an email as well for those that have the email. And then moving on, for our new residents, we have an orientation program starting for you October 30th. You will receive a personal invite for this 4-week series. And then also for all of you, the new resident welcoming reception is going to be held on October 8th. Any questions for my office or comments? All right, thank you.
Good morning. Just a couple of reminders. This Sunday at 3 p.m. on the terrace patio, which is down below right there, we will have our Blessing of the Animals service. So you're invited to bring your pet if you have one. If you don't have one, you are welcome to come as well. We've had several folks who just want to come and be a part of that time of celebrating God's creation, but especially animals, our pets, who are like family. There will be a brief liturgy, and then a blessing will be said over those pets. It's a pretty short, simple time, but it's always a great time. If there is rain on Sunday, we will gather under the bridge. I will do my best to communicate that if there is going to be rain. Now, November the 2nd, Sunday, November 2nd, we will have our All Saints Memorial Service at 4 p.m. in the chapel. As you've probably heard me say, every resident, as well as Westminster at Home hospice patient who has died from November 1 last year to October 31st of this year, is automatically included on our list. But you are invited to add names to be remembered as well. There's a piece of paper, well, there's a couple of pieces of paper in case we fill it up. Right outside the chapel there's a table in between the two doors, and you're welcome to add a name. Of course, our focus is on those who have died this past year, but we're not limiting it to that time. I know that this is a special time for many to remember loved ones, and so maybe you want to add a name to that list, and we will certainly remember them in our service. And then the following Wednesday, so that's the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, we will have a similar but shortened service on our Drinkard mezzanine. We have a service every Wednesday over there at 10 a.m. That's primarily for our residents in Drinkard and Hearthside and Canterbury Gardens, though anyone is welcome to come. But we want to have that opportunity for our residents over there who may not be able to get to the chapel on Sunday to be able to remember their friends, neighbors, and others from this community that they may not have known but can still remember and celebrate. We have several, as you have gotten there from me, we've had several deaths, especially recently, and much of the time, there are area churches and clergy who are presiding over those services, and I work in partnership with them. But in the busyness of all of this, we've got 4 upcoming funerals. I will do my best to get all of that information out to you in advance, but I'm also mindful that I don't want to send out information too soon, because if you're like me, if something is 3 to 4 weeks away, it'll probably slip my mind, so I try to do it about a week and a half to 2 weeks max out. But if you ever have a question about, let's say, a resident's memorial service or anything, feel free to email me, call me, stop me, ask me, and I will share as much information as possible. I've shared this before in settings like this, but also in conversations. Please know that when the time comes, because the reality is death is imminent for all of us, I am happy to be as helpful as I can be to your loved ones, to your family. And if that means reserving the chapel and making sure the lights and microphone are on, fantastic. If you would like for me to preside over the service, fantastic. If you would like for me to read and have a small part in the service, fantastic. But I want you to know that I have no expectation, nor am I possessive over the chapel or any of these services. I am truly honored and humbled whenever I'm invited to have any part in remembering and celebrating our residents. But I say this just because you're not going to hurt my feelings if you ask your priest or pastor or whomever it is to lead the service. I'll do whatever I can to help. So thank you for the honor of serving you now and in the future. Any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody want to nominate me for Catch Me at My Best? All right, I'm done.
Was wondering how you were going to finish that of talking about death and get everybody laughing. Well done. I just ought to give you my report from now on. You can do it. Good morning again. So a couple of different things to go over. COVID numbers. We had an employee about 2 weeks ago who had COVID, and we had yesterday 2 residents in independent living that were put on isolation with COVID. So the numbers are out there. Not bad, but just be careful, especially if you are sensitive and have other ailments. Website. So we are going to be changing websites, and I don't have a lot of information right now as to when that will happen and roll out, but we have had a resident website for a number of years now. That was put together by Tom, Don, and Bob. Hopkins, Mignona, and Bob Glenn years ago, and we appreciate all their time, their dedication of putting that together. Over time, that volunteer model, when you don't have enough people, I know Bill Booz was helping and a couple others, but also just times change of people's responsibilities, interest, and things have kind of shifted. So we are going to be switching to a group called Touchtown Uniguest, and some of you be familiar with the Touchtown name. We are already using some of that backbone system here. Other Westminster Canterburys across the state are using this product as well as a resident website. But we are going to be switching over to that in the coming months. Our staff will continue to enter events, things, updating that. Would also still ask for residents to volunteer and trying to help. We will have staff help roll this out. But as always with everything, we've had a lot of resident involvement and people helping each other, and would still ask that we try to do that. So it'll be a change for us, and we will let you know with timelines and how that will look, and probably have you back in here with either your phone or your tablet, or can certainly come to your home with your computer. It's very user-friendly with just a number of big icons. The things will still float to dining, Works Hub for maintenance requests, things like that, and we'll work on that. But it'll be a change, and we'll all figure it out together. Elevators. We continue to work on elevators, and had a little snafu, and we were bringing one of the Creekside ones back up. Matt has assured me they have gotten that all under control and now just working on the second elevator shaft. And as we say, it usually takes about 10 weeks for that to get fixed and modernized. So we appreciate your patience. We did not plan to do carpet, elevators, and everything else at one time. It unfortunately happened that way, and I just appreciate everyone making do and being patient as we go through all that. We have carpet schedule. So today, working on Woods Edge, 4th floor corridor, carpet removal, new carpet installation, 3rd floor elevator area, carpet removal, luxury vinyl plank installation in elevator areas. And going later into the week, Wednesday, we're on Woods Edge, 3rd floor. Thursday, Woods Edge, 3rd floor corridor. Woods Edge 2nd floor elevators, Friday, Woods Edge 2nd floor. So all this is coming out, emails to you, and posted around the campus. So hopefully you're keeping up with that, and we are in the home stretch of getting carpet and all that done. Lastly, second to last, would ask you, we have new carpet. So please be careful when you have bleach. We've had people bring their breakfast out, spill their breakfast, coffee. We still have dog do. And would just plead to be extra vigilant as we've put a lot of time, resources, and tested our patience, as I said, with this, to please try to keep the carpet clean for a long, long time. We would hope in a community like this that we get somewhere of 7 to 9 years maybe of carpet. So we got a long way to go. So please be careful. I always remember one person who used to go see a spouse up in healthcare would go to the cafe most mornings, and it took me a long time to figure out why we had dribbles from the cafe over to the James River Grill elevator, and there was usually about 59 coffee drops. And that person would even put a top on there and just would walk and hold it parallel. So all that to say, please be careful. Again, we put a lot of money into this and need it to last. And again, I'll remind people, I've had a couple of questions, wow, where did all the money come from? And we talked about the employee retention credit that we applied for probably 4 years ago with the federal government and received that in the last 6 to 9 months, and that is where that money came to work on this carpet. Thank you. And then lastly, some of your friends are going to be getting a notice or may have already received a notice or coming very soon about focus groups that we're going to have here. We are looking at the end of October. We are engaging a group called Tandem. Tandem worked on our website, has familiarity with us. They're going to have some folks come here at the end of October and meet with people that are on the Canterbury Club, the Azalea Plan, and talk about the 10 acres out back behind Bishop's Lane. Questions are going to be, would you be willing to live in a living arrangement, whether it's a single-family home, a duplex, some sort of a hybrid villa that we've looked at before, which would be 2 or 3 stories with some parking underneath, or some what are called pocket neighborhoods. What we are trying to gauge is whether that 10 acres is viable and whether the market in Lynchburg will have interest in living farther away than what you all live, being away a little longer to get to dining, bank, wellness, things like that. And so I can imagine someone will call you and say, I'm coming to live at the new 10 acres on Westminster Canterbury, and I'm picking out my colors, or I'm picking out countertops. And I'm just telling you, this project may be something we don't ever do. I don't know. I don't know if it's the right place and it's something that can work or not. And that's what we are trying to gauge, whether there is market acceptance to this. It's not your friends picking out colors and cabinets and moving in next month or next year. So I don't want you to get too excited when they call you and tell you, or they show up. We're going to have some meetings in here and we'll be talking about that and just try to get a good answer whether there's more interest and whether we look at this more. So we don't have drawings on what we can place out there. There will be some conceptual drawings just to share and pick their brains on that. Any question on anything I've talked about? If you'll wait for the microphone, these guys are quick.
Is there any movement from or plans with humankind? Any update on that?
Zero. So good question. I usually try to about quarterly or every half year now mention humankind. No word. Their CEO came and spoke to my Rotary Club about 3 or 4, 5, 6 weeks ago now, and said at the end that it was not for sale, and that was just a process they went through as being the new CEO to look at what they do with that property. This is being recorded, but I think there was a number of people in the group that kind of questioned whether he was, serious about they wouldn't sell it. It just maybe the right price hasn't been offered. But I hear that there is nothing. And for those of you who don't remember or have not been here long enough, we offered to buy, I believe, 17 acres a couple of years ago, and we're told no. The nice little letter that was a little over a half page said no 3 different ways so that Sean could understand it, because I am slow. Another question?
COVID boosters.
COVID boosters. Ashley, what kind of date do we know yet? No COVID vaccine here yet. They are here.
And the schedules are in
All
the
right, everybody's yelling at me.
elevators.
I can't take this. If someone can get a microphone to Ashley, she can explain better than I.
The COVID vaccines are here. They came in yesterday or day before yesterday, and Tracy's already typed up something to do a schedule, and she may or may not have posted it yet. So, perfect. Okay, she had sent it to me yesterday, so I'm glad she posted it. So yes, they're here. So if you signed up for one, she'll give you a slot, and if your slot doesn't work, you can hit her up at any time. Perfect.
So, is the flu vaccine over for residents?
Flu vaccine is still here and available. I know that some people missed some of the dates. So if you haven't gotten yours, just reach out to, I think Tracy was going to set up some more dates, but she can give it to you when you need to go by. So yes.
Is the COVID vaccine that you're giving this week the same one that was given last spring, or the newer, updated version?
It is the newer one. Yes.
We're good.
I just want to comment positively about how gorgeous all the new halls and parlors, and it's just gorgeous. And
Thank you, and would thank Marianne and her team. She's been working with Heidi James. I want to call her Heidi Blitz always. Heidi James, and also a committee of staff and residents to help with that. So I appreciate everyone's involvement, and thank you for your kind words. Back here.
On keeping the carpet clean, if we should spill something like brown coffee or our pets leaves a deposit, yellow or brown, have you contacted the people that sold the carpet to find out what is the best way to clean it so we can correct our mistake?
Yes, and our staff have been trained to clean it and if you'll let the front desk know, we will get someone there to clean it.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, and all have a good day. Great job, ladies.
Oh, we're gonna do it again next month. Yes, right.
No, it's great. Who wrote the word for that?
I don't know. I think Sam.